Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the last live call of 2025 on Beyond the Ordinary show. And we are blessed to have Alejandro Lazaro on, and we're going to talk all about the Astral New Year, uh, 2026 as the manifesting portal. We're going to talk about the 1212 gateway that we're about to enter into, the last new moon of the year, Jupiter retrograde. There's so much going on. What's happening with Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. And we're going to get into live readings with y'all also. So if you want to have a little sample of a reading, raise your hand, type your information into the chat box also if you don't want to raise your hand. For full disclosure's purpose, if we have your name, your birthday, uh, your birth, and the time of birth, this is recorded live. We are going to post it on YouTube. So you have any uneasiness with sharing your information, just get a private reading with Alejandro and go deeper with him. And that's part of the special offer. Chris or Yohar will go ahead and put the link for the special offer in the chat box. So if you know you want to go deeper with Alejandro into a 15-minute session, and there's an astral mapping session there that's part of the private reading. You can sign up sooner rather than later by clicking on the link. Um, and with that, Alejandro, welcome to the call. It's so good to have you on here.
Thank you, John. Always such a pleasure. I have so much love for this community.
Oh, and they have a lot of love for you, and I love that we're closing out with you because it's such a positive high note. It's like you walk into a room, it's like the room fills with sunflowers or something. You just feel the vibe just going up,
Just like
uh,
just like
which
you.
is it takes one to know one, right? Alejandro, why don't you give everybody that's listening, a lot of people know of you already, but there may be some people that are new to you. Give them a little glimpse into how it is that you work with astrology, with astrocartography, but also include this amazing gift of intuition and of psychicness, I'll call it, that you bring into each and every interaction.
Thank you, John. And
Mhm.
I want to begin on a big note of gratitude towards you, a mentor, expander, and
Mhm.
I want to share with the audience that we had a chance to meet in person, and
Yes.
it was such a kismet, a synchronous moment. Honestly, I just so much gratitude to you, the community, and John, my work starts with this idea of wanting to know myself, wanting to
Mhm.
know my purpose in life, and I've been on this incredible journey for so many years. It started uh, for me when I was in my late teens, how astrology kind of finds me, and it really breaks down into two main categories. It's the idea of archetypes and understanding our potential, and then timing, John. I think we can go back
Mhm.
to the ancient Mesopotamians, how they recorded for hundreds of years this idea when a king would arise or when a plague would come. And I come bearing such amazing news. I think, synchronicity is
Mhm.
finding us again tonight. And I think there is a reason you and we get to close out this season. And the message is, you just said it earlier, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus. We're gonna see this magical triangle. I caught kind of sight of this um, transit that's coming our way. It began in July of 2027, John. It's gonna go all the way towards July of 2029. So
Wait,
today,
wait, it begins in 2027 or it's
excuse me, pardon. Correct. So it started in 2025 and goes through 2029. Yeah.
okay, okay.
Teaching. And so I come with this amazing message today, which is we are all of us watching today, whether live or later on the replay, potentially even friends that you might mention, the Beyond the Ordinary show, or something, whether it be my astrology or somebody else. We're being called, John, and you are a steward for us, and you're such an example of this incredible new age we're stepping into. And
Mhm.
so that's my main message tonight. I have a message of hope. I have a message of invitation for all of these beautiful souls that we're connected to. And so all of this connection, John, and now the transits are saying we can go deep into our practice, our healing. And the base of my work, I've studied yoga and meditation. Astrology is my psychological base. And I adore Jungian psychoanalysis.
Mm,
And beyond that, I was mentioning the timing. That's what I think really is what I've come to almost adore about this science, right? This idea of potential and fate, and then destiny being the choice of what we do with this fate, you know?
mm. That's wonderful. I love the way you explained that. So what I want to do with you, I want to take it from the macro to the micro being live callers and doing individual readings and how it pertains to everything. So let's take it back into this triangle, the Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, 2025 to 2029. It's opening up like this calling for leaders coming in, but you say that it's very similar to what occurred during the 60s and 70s. Why don't you give us some context around that and what the new promise or the next evolution of of that blossoming of the 60s and 70s and what it means for us now?
Thank you, John. You know, we look to the decades of the 60s and 70s for enormous amounts of spiritual revolution. We're talking the age of Aquarius and love and the hippies in Berkeley. And so for us, now that us 21st centurions, we have to deal with so much technology, and attention is the most precious thing that exists at the moment. And so what's occurring is that we've been so trusting, John, of all these systems and technologies. And let's go back to the Industrial Revolution that basically gives us this promise of what? Technology, and how modernity is that technology making our lives better. What occurs now is like almost a century and a half later, we have so much technology that it's not only overwhelming, it's separating us, there's all this complexity. And so what's going to be really different from what happened in the 60s and 70s is because Uranus is so involved here, which is the ruler of electricity, genius, the internet. Really, it's going to define how we as a society come together and connect, specifically online, how we're doing now through broadcast, the potential for that. For you, John, specifically, I just see
Mm,
so much expansion
mm,
already on the base of what you have. And then so many others can come, as you were saying, this invitation. So let's break it down. We'll keep it simple. Pluto's the cosmic transformer. He comes in and transforms everything. Uranus, as I was saying, rules technology. And then Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. It's this incredible, mystical luminary that talks to us about everything above the third dimension, whether it's our psychic abilities, whether it's our awareness of different dimensions and higher spirits. And so we're all getting a unique moment to download, express, and then come together. So it's a little bit of everything. And I just, as I keep tapping into this, I see our community really stepping up. We can go back even to 2020. Saturn was square Uranus. So what were
mm,
we doing? We were all home on the computers, kind of separate. We don't know what's happening with Uranus now. We've taken 5 years under our belt. We can kind of really figure out with a deeper, broader lens. And a lot of my friends and even people I'm reading for are asking about, John, it's easy to tap into the general anxiety. It's easy to tap into the uncertainty. And these are the words that I'm at dinner and I'm hearing it across the table, other
mm,
people, and I'm aware of this. And this is about acknowledging that, John, and then also seeing what do we have? What is this kind of on our side? And I wanna again this just share. And tomorrow you mentioned the 12/12 portal. What a magnificent moment in the year.
mm.
I want to speak about the portal tomorrow with regard to a transit that is blessing this portal. It's Mercury and Neptune. Speaking of this incredible luminary of Neptune, we just came out of pretty tough retrograde, John, in the last degrees of Scorpio. I've had a couple of ego deaths in the last few weeks. I'm so just kind of humbled by everything that my readings bring up, and there's such an exchange of energy and love, and that's kind of another message, how we before were understanding how much bigger we need to get for ourselves, bigger we need to get for our communities. And what does that even mean? It means that there's going to be enough room for all of
Mm,
the things that were broken and hard in life, and you're going to be so big that there's going to be even more room for expansiveness. And this is the message I want to remind myself tonight, our community. Why is this? Why is this work? Why is this labor so important? The labor of spirituality, whether it be mediumship or through astrology, it's truly a connection to purpose. It's a connection to to the realities of what we want.
mm. And that makes sense. And I really appreciate the way that you're describing it because even the longer transit, again, the Pluto, Neptune, Uranus transit, again, begins in 2025. It's going through 2029, but it is, again, to reiterate, it's calling in a rise of spiritual awareness, of embodiment, of taking inventory of what we've gathered along the way instead of what we think that we're missing. And then to have these retrogrades coming in, they really support us with a strength that we can look at things that we wouldn't look at before because we weren't prepared. We couldn't handle it. It might have been too much. We didn't have the infrastructure to support a new reality that went beyond that. And so even though the longer retrograde seems like it's so, or the longer the longer thread of what's happening in the next 4 years, it's all providing a scaffolding for what's emerging now and what we're capable of, not just transmuting, but also receiving and carrying forward.
Excellent words, John. Receiving, moving forward, and so the specifically this Mercury retrograde, those last degrees of Scorpio, that is really a sign that represents rebirth. I want to
Mm,
say the word rebirth before I even say the word death. I think there's something so powerful that our soul understands the
mhm.
beautiful cycles. And so tomorrow, John, on the portal of 1212, we are at 0 degrees Sagittarius. And so I want to share with everyone, I'm getting chills, tomorrow in your meditations, whether you have, your altar and whatever rituals. I'd love for the listeners to take a moment and possibly even dream bigger.
Mhm.
Sagittarius, really the sign of generosity, and it's so abundant. And so tomorrow, with the 0 degrees plus the portal and the trine from Mercury and Neptune, I mean, let's go.
It's potent in a way that we haven't experienced before, and as we're stepping into new quantum realities, and we're at that 0 point reset. It's a galactic 0 point reset that's happening tomorrow. It's what are we choosing to carry forward in our hearts forward? What are we what are we saying? Okay, we can leave that behind. That's we've had that experience. Thank you. And it's time to bring this wisdom into new creations, into new relationships, into new ways of honoring one another here on this planet.
And the sign of Sagittarius representing everything kind of off of what you're saying, which is also about teaching and learning,
Hmm.
right? How can we begin to integrate deeper in ourselves through sharing? Uh, and
Right.
and I'm excited when, I'm giving a reading and someone's mentioning how they love to give a reading. And I'm saying, yes, how can we support this? And this is the moment, truly.
Yeah, I really believe that it's the full integration and happens when we share it with others, what's true in our heart and our experience. But I'm also aware that as we get so full with these energies and with this, with becoming abundance, that we can't help but to share from that overflow because our cups are being filled in such magnificent ways like never before. The points of scarcity are dissolving because we're becoming more familiar what our source and supply really is. And it's not the consumerism, the getting, the achieving in ways that we've been taught. We're actually aligning to be in a symbiotic relationship with an organic evolution that's both cosmic and planetary, both in relation to Gaia and her own evolution. But there's a cosmic expansion that we're a great part of as well, that we're becoming just slightly more familiar with. That is, I think in the years to come, going to demonstrate um, so much more about who we really are, and what our capacities are that carry forward with that as well.
So brilliantly said, and I just want to add that what's coming up for me is the idea of the Aquarian age, the
Mm,
idea of us standing side by side now, mentor and student, and kind of facing the unknown and really understanding that it's our nervous systems that we need to take care of now, because you just said it, all this information, all this overload. So we're taking care of our nervous systems more than ever, John. I think that's something that
mhm,
my radar for a while, and I continue to study and work on this. And then, the nervous system for the spiritual nervous system, right? The way we're able to, like you're saying, receive messages, share messages. It's
mhm.
incredible.
Let's get into one more aspect before we get into live questions from the audience and start doing readings. And we'll extrapolate more as we go through live calls also. But let's talk about the significance of this last new moon of this year and on December the 19th, because I think that's also correlated to the asteroid that's coming by close to Earth, and it's going to be the closest on that particular day as well. I don't know. I can't feel into whatever the significance of that may be. Um, but I'm curious what you're aware of as far as the last new moon and what else might be kind of coming up as that churns energy in the field.
It's a moment of like you're mentioning, it's this kismet moment that we're gonna be able to kind of capitalize and jump with. Specifically, the new moon is a really lovely message that it's um it's really until mid-January that we begin the new astrological calendar. So I want everyone to like
Mhm.
feel that they're gonna get a 2-week extension on 2025.
Nice.
And that can also feel good because I know a lot of us want to kind of continue to work with the energies of 2025 that have been just so incredible in so many ways. And
Mhm.
John, also numerologically, we're going from a 9 year to a 1 year, which is so kind of big.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
we're going to be at the forefront of this. And then, so this last new moon is going to be really a taste of what's coming for next year. I'm seeing just a slight bit of, we're speaking about retrogrades and how they're blessings. There's this idea that unless we can kind of meditate, rewind the tapes, integrate, right? We keep going back to this incredible word of integration. And so I'm
Mhm.
noticing a lot of high spirits and really, like you're saying, even with this comet coming by, this idea of kind of really feeling
Mhm.
the moment for what it's offering, and everyone, kind of analyzing their year behind what's moving forward. I am noticing there are some harsher aspects at the kind of the second week of January. So it's really, I'm excited for that new moon of January 19th. But this is a wrap-up moon. This is a moment to kind of really sit with yourself before these boisterous celebrations of the holidays and the new year. And then, as I said, that new astrological new year at the end of January, year of the horse, the year of one. And so we are really gonna be squeezed almost in this interim uh, to new momentum. I see so much more movement for a lot of us, which is so
Mhm.
exciting, John. Um, there's a lot coming for a lot of us in a good way.
Yeah, I feel that also. And I really appreciate that you're talking about the some contraction that may be coming in the beginning of January. It's just good to be aware in our consciousness that we're not doing anything wrong. We're not being punished. It's not that we didn't complete anything. We're in a cycle of refining. And again, it's again as we're finishing the year of the snake, what what wants to be refined? What wants to be, scraped off of the skin that wasn't before? Because we get to carry the pristine energy of what we've worked so diligently and methodically with, as far as letting go, birthing a new electromagnetic capacity, again, the new skin, to align with what's truly for us in the most beautiful way. Um, and what I would add to all of this readings, y'all, and I share this from my heart to yours, it's really a time to really stop denying who you really are, to stop denying the love that you carry in your heart, the kindness, the your own particular genius, your gift that only you carry, to really honor and cherish that in a way that maybe you never gave yourself permission before. Maybe you were looking for permission from somebody else, but I'm telling you, the stars, the astrology, the energies that are coming in are all the permission that you need. And from that, you're going to see a shift in your life as you take ownership of it, as you carry that forward. But you're also creating the ripple effects of the changes of the new world that you and I get to create together. So I cannot encourage you enough to dive into your favorite subject, which I think should be you. Get to know you, express you. That's why I tell everybody my favorite thing about doing readings is that I get to talk about my favorite subject, which is me. Which is me. And I hope the same is for you also. Um, Alejandro, I want to dive into some readings and see what's coming through for people. Um, we can do readings as the astrology readings, but talk a little bit. I want you to share a little bit more. A lot of y'all are familiar, but part of the special offer is the opportunity to go into the astrocartography that's available for us as well. So tell everybody what that involves and what that may illuminate as far as potentials or activations that are possible for people.
John, it's such a beautiful practice. I myself am a Sagittarius, and so there
Mm.
is this incredible archetype of loving the abroad, loving different cultures, and so for me, naturally, I've gotten the chance to travel around different places in the world, and I remember specifically learning about astrocartography and then beginning to do these deep dives of when I was in South Africa for a yoga training, or when I was in university for in Paris, or when I lived in New York. There was all these different kind of selves I was experiencing, and I came to the realization that in every city, John, you have a different rising sign. In every
Mm.
city, you have a different midheaven, which is your purpose, your legacy. And I'm so astounded by, again, I keep bringing this word up of synchronicity when we're in these readings and somebody has moved halfway across the world through intuition, and then we're figuring out these ridiculous alignments that come
Mm.
up with all of that. So it's truly, honestly, a work of humility and surrender and a possibility, John, is the one that connects you and I, and why this is so relevant to us and to everyone listening, who I just want to commend for all their journey, continuing to love themselves and love the world despite whatever. I'm a firm believer, John, that our natural base is love.
Absolutely.
It's joy. And I want to really reach out to everyone listening, because I'm walking through the darkness with you. And also, I want to share that a part of me is on the other side.
Hmm.
John, you feel this. We're able
Oh
to
yeah.
walk with everyone, but at the same time, we know this incredible base that our lives are, these are the visions we hold for ourselves and our community forward. So the astrocartography, John, if anyone's listening tonight and things just have not been working, I think I have answers for you.
Mhm.
If maybe you need to even do a composite with a partner, let's go there. Let's figure out what's working. And it's basic, John. Depending on on the person that's getting the reading, we can go as with a lot of terminology, or I can just cut to the chase and be like, okay, we can invest here, we can buy the house here. I see you getting married here. So I definitely really invite those who've been studying many years and those who are new to this. You're gonna get
Mhm.
so much out of this, and that's kind of the basic of it, John. Yeah.
Right. Amazing. I'm setting up because I want to get a current reading because I'm feeling different movements happening. And it's just always wonderful. Not only the confirmations, but even if I have a sense of something or kind of a knowing or a nudge, the insights that you give, like they open up the spigot into this greater flow. It's like, oh, that makes sense. And it provides a motivation. And what's the saying? It's he who knows his how can accomplish, or he who knows his why can accomplish almost any how. And so when you help us with the why, the how starts to show up with greater clarity. So it's so wonderful. Um, let's get into some readings.
How fun, how
All
fun.
right. All right, Bonnie, let's start with you. Welcome to the call. And y'all get if you can't get in the video call, just type your information into the chat and we'll try to get
Hi.
through a lot of the calls there also. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Anyways, my birthday is May the 9th, 1949, and I was born in Listowel, Ontario, Canada. I was born early morning. I have been told by other readings that my ascendant is Pisces because, they just sort of figured it out, but I was born very early morning. Anyways,
Let's see where Alejandro pulls up. May 9th is my mother's birthday, by the way.
oh,
So
well, that's
you're,
good, people.
you're in great company.
Thanks.
Mother's Day birthday also. Always a thing. Yeah.
Bonnie, can you repeat the time of birth? Thank you.
I don't know, but I know it was early morning, and I had another astrologer tell me my ascendant was probably Pisces because I
Okay,
don't have any water in my sign.
amazing. Well, such a pleasure to meet you, Bonnie.
Yeah, and lovely to meet you.
Look at that smile. Oh my goodness. All right, Bonnie, let's see what's coming up here. How exciting. All right. And so are you currently still in Ontario?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's zoom in here. Bonnie, I'm seeing a really beautiful aspect to the sun in Ontario. This is a lot of vitality. This is kind of, I think the energy that you're bringing through the screen. The other thing that I'm noticing is that Saturn, the luminary of longevity, things that are meant to last, the second half of life, are in your favor here. So I'm happy that you're here. Let's
Good.
see if there's anything to be aware of. Okay, so there is this aspect that you have with Jupiter, the luminary of abundance, there does seem to be a bit of a, I want to use the best word possible. It's almost like a challenge. And the way that this could show up, Bonnie, is potentially there's a way where possibly you've been let down by expectations. There's something kind of buoyant and big about Jupiter. And so there's potentially ways in which you've learned to navigate this by, becoming wise and mature and learning about all this. But I want to kind of acknowledge that. That's a challenging aspect. The rest is wonderful. We have the sun and Saturn. Such a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've had some challenges the last couple of years, but I feel like I'm coming out of it all, and there's going
Oh,
to be a
yeah.
lot of transformation, change.
I see that. I see that. Just to mention one more line, I do see an incredible Pluto line, which we were talking with John
Mm.
earlier about this triangle through 2029. So keep hanging in there, Bonnie. You're doing amazing.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Bonnie. Blessings to you. Again, go
Yeah,
deeper with
you too.
Alejandro in the special offer. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. Let's go to Paula now. Welcome, Paula.
Hi, thank you.
Yes.
Excited to be here.
So give
Um,
Alejandro your birthday information, please.
yes, I was born May 20th, 1976 at 11:03 a.m. in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Are you calling in from Colorado?
No, I actually live in Alabama right now.
Cool. Well, great to have you. Thank you so much, Paula. All right, let's see what we pull up here. All right, Paula. So in Alabama, I'm noticing that you have an incredible Venus line. This is really lovely. This is gonna add a lot of kind of charm to your career and your work. It's gonna give you a little bit of help here and there when you need it. I do see though that Venus does have a bit of a challenge to your ascendant, which can show up that, okay, work is going well, but sometimes maybe even how you express your own personality or kind of achieve your desires. The other thing I'm seeing is that there seems to be a block to Mercury the mind. So I would suggest in Alabama, if you ever needed any medical attention, please always get a double opinion. Definitely lean into that. And then in terms of harmony, I was leading with that beautiful Venus line. However, if you go a little bit more east, as you get more east in the States, there's this incredible longevity line from Saturn. I don't know if you have any inclinations towards the East Coast.
Do, yeah. I actually am wondering, that was kind of
A
my
bit
question,
more?
is if this is the place to put down roots or if I should
Oh my
go
goodness.
somewhere else.
I would say North Carolina, Virginia upwards. I don't know if you like the cold, but even Florida. So just eastward, you'll find that Saturn line, and that's the
Mm.
investment line you want. Yeah.
Awesome.
The
Thank
root.
you.
That's the long, that's
Well,
even legacy. Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
good
Paula.
confirmation. Yeah, there's so much more to go deeper into, Paula, but great information. It's wonderful to have you here, by the way. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's go now to Neil. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you so much, John. Alejandro, good to see you again.
See.
I'll give you my dates. March 17th, 1972. Another Ontarian here. So Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 10:14 a.m. And I'm all loving the theme of awe, wonder, and joy. Where in the world can I bring myself awe, wonder, and joy and teach others that too?
Fabulous, Neil. And just to confirm that, 10 a.m. you said?
10:14 a.m.
Thank you.
And I'm still in Toronto.
And you're there. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, so you have an enormous destiny meridian that's cutting through the states right in the middle. This is gonna bless Colorado. This is gonna bless New Mexico, Texas, and essentially all of this like center part of the states. So I'm wondering if maybe there is an audience for you here. Typically, when I look at meridians, I explain that you don't even have to leave where you are. Potentially, it's you know I'm giving a lot of
I get
readings
it.
lines, so that's an incredible one to look out for. Closer to where you are, there's two really beautiful placements that you have. You have Neptune, which is the luminary of spirituality. Neil, you have this gift. I'm sure you have the clairvoyance. I want a reading from you.
One day, yes.
And then, I just want to speak about how in Toronto you do have this kind of challenging aspect to your divine feminine. Essentially, Mars is in a bit of a tough aspect here. So what occurs is that um, quickly, if there's people that are out of balance around you, then the your toxic masculine, I can get into this conversation, but
Uh-huh.
essentially there's this extra challenging aspect for you in Toronto to balance this. That being said, when I turn on the harmonious aspects, it looks like you figure it out. You have a double moon line, Neil, so lean into your emotions. This is really a huge uh, power for you is the word that's coming up. Let me see one more location here that I could inspire you, like you said, that you can share your message here. So I do want to share that there's a complete rectification of this challenging Mars aspect. So
Uh-huh.
your divine masculine is completely aligned. I don't know. Again, I'm seeing New Mexico. You have the Sun, Venus, Jupiter. Maybe it could be a
Oh,
retreat. Yeah.
it's interesting. All those places you've mentioned, there's some connection with some things going on in the future in
Mm.
2026. Yeah.
Thank you. So I hope we can connect.
Blessings. Thank
You.
you. Appreciate that.
Good to see you, Neil.
Much
Thanks for
love.
coming on.
Thank you, John.
You're so welcome. All right, we're just gonna keep rolling, y'all. So, we're gonna go to Deborah that typed in. So Deborah was born at 6:21 p.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii. She was born February 5th, 1963,
We
and
love
she currently lives in Minnesota.
February 1963. What day again?
February 5th.
Perfect. And then she's in Minnesota now. Gorgeous.
Hmm.
All right. So we just connected with Neil and spoke about his destiny line. She has a destiny line not too far from Minnesota, which is kind of amazing. So sometimes it's, from Honolulu to Minnesota. I love that journey there, Deborah. There's two other things that are really fantastic. I'm noticing that Mercury, the luminary that speaks to us about health, Deborah, is gonna bless you. So I don't know if you have any challenges, but it looks like you're going to be receiving the right doctor help, and they might even be coming to your house, which is so exciting. When you have Mercury at the Imuni Coeli, John, that's basically represents the home space. And then I'll leave her with one more positive thing about Minnesota. She has a gorgeous Neptune line, which gives her the connection of spirituality, however she desires. And then Chiron, it's an asteroid, John. I spent some time in my readings that basically alludes to past lives. It talks to us about any unresolved trauma. She has beautiful meridians for Chiron in Minnesota. So, Deborah, I hope you're taking advantage of all of that, and would love to speak more with you about that.
That's great. Alejandro, what would someone do if there's this harmony in those aspects and they can't move and it's where they are. How do we take this information and really carry it forward so it's a benefit rather than something that causes some type of form of victimization because we just feel that we're stuck?
Such a great question. And for me, it kind of revolves around two aspects. We're gonna mention now in the package for tonight, there's this beautiful meditation that's included. It's 12 minutes. I run us through the chakras. I like to do it in the mornings, John. This is a really strong, powerful way to just kind of supercharge and activate the subconscious, the nervous system. So I do tons of meditation. That's why I'm offering tonight to the community that beautiful gift, because I think that's one way. The second one, John, is the second offering, which is this monthly full moon group that I host. And once
Mm,
you have a reading with me, you're invited to group as a guest, and you have your spot. And this is really a moment, John, where one gets to connect in this community space. It's always a nice group of international people coming together. And I've noticed that there is this rapport that happens, or they talk about, again, this challenge of not being able to get started, and so I guess the short of that answer is going to be the support, John, and you
mhm,
and I and all these incredible practitioners on the Beyond the Ordinary community. So I come with a message of hope with these amazing transits on the horizon. I also come with a message about the authenticity, John, of what you've built, what our community continues to build. And honestly, these next 4 years, as we keep loving on this magical triangle, is community, is coming together. If it's not
mhm,
working, that's going to be the first step. We're reaching out to someone we're inspired by, we're connecting in these small groups, and then we're doing the work. We're sitting down, the meditations, the visualizations.
mhm. I really appreciate the fact that you're bringing a community and Yes, to be together in the energies, we lift each other up and holding that. Absolutely. I want to take it even a couple of steps backwards. Is that we are wired through our the stars in which we were born in so many different ways. Um, and I've come to have so much faith and trust in knowing in that we're wired in a particular way for a particular reason. We're not giving anything that we can't handle and nothing that we can't grow into and beyond to really polish off the diamond of the coal, if you will, if we landed with a bunch of coal in our Christmas socks when we were born. Um, but what also comes through is the awareness, y'all, that even with those challenges, that Alejandro mentioned it, and again, I want to be even more direct with it. You don't have to do it alone. You're not alone in it. It's, trust me, whatever you may be experiencing, someone else in community has walked a version of that shadow in some way. And for me, in the shamanic work that I do, I have come to have such reverence for the shadow and understand the beauty of its gift. And it's not for everybody, but I share my awareness of that beauty as well, because if you can surround yourself with people who aren't afraid of it and can see the gifts through the darkness that loop back into the light, then it'll bring that spark of hope and inspiration, and you can trust that you'll be held one way through in really recognizing the strength and the courage within you as we hold doors open for you so that you can make it through that initiation with the grace and ease that we know is possible in your journey. So with that, just I wanted to share that with all of my love to everybody here on this call, listening to the replay. You've got this. We've got this. And we're doing it together. None of us are doing it solo. So Alejandro, with that, yeah, Alejandro mentioned the special offer. Let's go into that. Let's do a full
Jump the gun.
recap of it. The link for the special offer is in the chat box. You can also find it in the special offer button underneath the video where you're watching this call from. And you can always access special offers at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. So Alejandro, let's start with 50 minutes with you. We can take it. Can we do astrological? Can we do astrocartography, or do you want to be very specific in this offer?
No, so I really love to take a few moments at the beginning of the reading to share intentions and to really customize. You know, it's all about you.
Mhm.
And sometimes there's somebody that needs to hear more about kind of the stars, the day they were born and that fate, right? We want to talk about that. And then there's other people that are like, okay, I've studied this, talk about the lines, and that's incredible, which is really my specialty. So, you know, if you're
Mhm.
out there and you're having doubts about the city you're in, and you know, I can give countless examples of friends that they have this block to the sun, to their legacy or their purpose, or a block to Venus and their romantic and want to connect that. So definitely that's how we begin with that sharing and we customize. It's amazing.
And you share a lot in 50 minutes. Y'all, it's recorded, so you'll come back and listen and take notes, and you're gonna want to listen several times because it's just packed full of
A lot
information.
of downloads, and that's something, John, I tell everyone, you know, whether it's a week, a month, or a year down the line, and you're listening to it, we're still connected. That's
Mhm.
that I want to share again with the community and those that we've worked already together. You know, reach out, say hello, and catch me up to see how you know how we can stay in each other's orbits. And yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, it's amazing. So again, you get your 50-minute reading, and then you have the meditations, and you have the moon portal that you keep inviting people into. Once they buy a session with you in the special offer, you keep getting invited into community with Alejandro for that. So that's wonderful. Y'all, all that's $139. There's a two payment option. The readings are amazing. Gift yourself that for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you want to celebrate, your birthday, early Easter, whatever. I'm showing I'm Catholic with all these holidays, right? Um, but it's a wonderful opportunity to really, again, like I say, go into what I hope is your favorite subject, which is you, which is you. How wonderful to get to know you even better in that way. Um, so y'all take advantage of it. Again, the link's in the chat box. It's underneath the video where you're watching the call from. Um, and when do the readings start? I think they start. When's your first opening on your calendar, Alejandro?
Tomorrow.
The earlier you sign up, the sooner you get your reading. Um, so there you go. Y'all take advantage of it. The link for the calendar and everything else, it's in the delivery page once you sign up. So it's all super easy to follow. And if you have any questions, reach out to support at Beyond the Ordinary, and either Yohar or Chris will, sometimes I will reply to you to make sure that you get everything that was promised and so much more. Um, all right, Alejandro, let's continue with some readings. Let's go now to Wendy. Wendy, welcome to the call.
Yes, thank you. Good to be here.
Hmm.
And I feel this is for so fortuitous, Alejandro. You have actually been on my mind the past couple weeks, and I have
Oh,
been
wow.
wanting to connect with you. So happy to be here.
Oh, blessings.
And I was born April 13th, 1952, in Detroit, Michigan, at 6:20 p.m. I currently live in Louisville, Kentucky, and mixed feelings about that. And I got that moon in Sagittarius. I do like to travel. Yeah. So I typically go away every February because I hate winter. It's dark, it's cold, I need sun. So I am going to sign up for your special offer. But
Hmm.
I go different places every winter. And I'm wondering, if that's the best approach, or is there some place that, could be my new home for winter, or just whatever.
Fabulous, Wendy. It's so awesome to have you. And so you're kind of on the mark here about using travel in order to ignite these lines or really benefit, specifically Moon in Sagittarius. There is this extra blessing from travel. So in Detroit, going down through Kentucky, Wendy, you are missing a sun line. Uh,
Yes.
I
Yes, I am.
I spend a lot of times in the reading kind of breaking it down and going, listen, we're missing the vitality of the sun in this.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
love it's so fabulous that you use travel. Let's find some of those amazing sun lines for you. Um, One of them is showing up between Arizona and New Mexico down through Mexico. I don't know if that's ever ringing a bell.
Hmm.
Really harmonious aspects. And then I don't know if you've ever dreamt of the West Coast, but you have
Yes, I have.
Saturn.
For decades, I've said I was meant to be in California,
Really
Southern
were.
California.
You really were. Southern California, you have
Hmm.
the investment meridian, you have the Mars, which is action, and then the sunlight comes a little bit more into Arizona, but there obviously is more of a connection there. I want to mention these lines have a range of affect of about two
Hmm.
to 300 miles, depending on the luminary. So
Hmm.
that's a fantastic. I don't know if you can get over to the Southwest, but that's one of the places.
I love the Southwest.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then let me see here if there's anything else that's popping up quickly to share. I don't know if you're a fan of the Hawaiian Islands. You have Venus over there and the moon.
Ah,
I know it's a bit far.
yeah, I've been there once and it was paradise. I have typically been going to Europe. This year I'm going to Portugal and Turkey. I've been to Italy, Spain a lot. I try to get to the Mediterranean area.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna fall in love, like literally, but you do have this really powerful Venus line in Portugal, which brings
Oh.
love and happiness, nice moments. And then I know
Hmm.
you just mentioned Turkey. Turkey has, let's see here, this incredible Jupiter energy, which is abundance and really excellent for travel, Wendy.
Yes. Well, I will be talking to you soon, Alejandro. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wendy, thanks for your energy today on the call. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, let's continue. I'm going to get to some more chat readings here in a second. But right now, I'm guided to call on Adele. Welcome, Adele.
Hello. So, born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, November 24th, 1967 at 8:10 a.m. So, fellow
Late
Sagi,
birthday, Adele.
thank you.
And you said 8 in the morning?
Yeah, 8:10.
8:10, perfect. In Calgary. How fabulous. Happy belated fellow Sagittarian. All right. So are you currently still in Calgary?
Yes.
Fabulous. All right. So the first thing I'm noticing is a really beautiful sun line on your personality quadrant, your identity house. So this is excellent. This is going to give you a really good first impression from others, and it's going to allow you to really feel the light aspects of the Sagittarian. So I'm wondering if you do any travel yourself, or if you just like things that are abroad, because I'm also noticing that you have Uranus, who we were blessing earlier in the call. You have it right on your midheaven. So working on the internet or working out of office really benefits you. You can tune into amazing broadcasts like this all over the world. So maybe that's how you channel your Sagittarius more of, oh, I have somebody I like in England or etc. So know that that's blessing you. Quickly, Adele, I'm noticing we spoke earlier to one of the first readings about Jupiter being the luminary of abundance. It does look like it's challenged in this region. So again, I was speaking earlier about expectations, and sometimes as you and I, Sagittarius, we're so buoyant and we really have such high perspectives on life. So just know that that can feel a bit, off at times. And I'll just leave you with one last message here, and that's the message of Neptune. You have such a brilliant Neptune meridian here. So I'm wondering how you channel it for yourself and how you support yourself spiritually, because it looks like this is a place where you're supported spiritually.
Just give me a little bit on Neptune again.
Yeah, so
Like,
Neptune rules
yeah.
spirituality, and Neptune rules clairvoyant abilities and being
Okay.
able to see things for what they are. So you have an amazing perspective. You have a handle. You have a fantastic handle on who you are, what you believe in, and then how you kind of keep cultivating that fire of that spiritual
Mm.
Okay.
fire of yours.
That's exactly why I live here. Thank
Mm.
you.
And Adele, such
Wonderful.
a pleasure.
Alejandro, question for you. It can it get to a point of we're not utilizing those gifts that we can feel the contraction and the stagnation? So to be aware of whether those things are illuminated, it can really help and also maybe point to a place where maybe we're repressing our empathy because we feel judged by it. Maybe we're our sensitivity to that psychic awareness and we're just going with the flow of what everybody else knows. And we wonder why, if we have this gift, we feel so disabled by it.
There's a couple factors that are coming to mind, and it begins with the idea of growth, the idea that everything that's good and worthwhile in life is really a
Mm.
process of growing and building. And so I do notice that, funny enough, when somebody has an amazing chart, meaning like there's so much harmony with trines and sextiles, and there's barely any squares or inconjunctions. For me, that brings up a bit of a caution when things are too easy, and then you know
Mm.
we're lacking. That's why I come at this work, and specifically, even with Adele and how I was explaining about that challenge to Jupiter. There's so much to work with there. She's gonna be a master at that. Nobody
Mhm.
let her down because she's really worked on the idea of that. And so this work can allow us to name it. A lot of us need to just name it. So potentially
Right.
that's one factor, whether it's, working with me or somebody else amazing on the Beyond the Ordinary practitioner community. There's something about, as I just said, we name it. The second thing, John, is truly the idea of momentum. I think a lot of us, we want to get to the dartboard and we want to hit the bullseye. And, we take 10 shots and we're missing, and then we get discouraged. And so I think there's a way where I want to also share with the community that this process is messy, in a good way. There's something about how I'm excited to share in that mess with you, and to
Mm.
really allow us to, do something with it. Because as I was mentioning earlier, really believe that our baseline is love and joy. And a lot of these stuck things in our lives can be remedied, through rituals, and whether it be energetic cleanses or even physical cleanses, right? Like there's something about how I think as well, it also comes down to connecting ourselves to our purpose, our community, and then, really stepping outside of, I think you were mentioning it earlier. I loved it, the consumerism that I think is so,
Mhm.
it's spiritual. That being said, it can easily become a burden. And then as we were talking, so definitely in that way.
Yeah, I think once we cross into the seduction of anything and get carried away by that, it starts becoming toxic instead of spiritual. It starts getting more egoic than it is a vehicle for illumination. Um, and I think the same is true for everything in this life, truly. So it's fascinating. You mentioned something that I think is well, an example of mine, like something became illuminated. It was shared with me in my chart, an aspect of my Cancer and the particular house that it's in and where it sits that describes something in me that just it brought such a wave of relief. I felt so completely understood that I understood myself into why. I had certain tendencies and empathy and such a strong desire in a particular way. And the second that was illuminated for me, it's like the floodgates opened. I rested in peace and I embraced the pull for that particular energy and the why. And it not only set me free, but it also set those around me, the work that I do, that how I interact with people, and that I wasn't carrying like this. I need to gravitate towards whatever I think that it might be, into being aware that I'm being pulled in a particular gravitational pull to this moon, but more specifically where it's landing and why. And something in that just it relieves something so profound. And it brought in a level of clarity and peace in ways that I hadn't experienced before, that I still carry in my being now. It was extraordinary. And my wish for y'all is that illumination of why you're a particular way, of what excites you or drives you, either your heart, your mind, your being, whatever it is, that the clarity and transparency of that really sets you free, that you embrace just how amazing you really are. And it's all right there in the charts. So again, it's phenomenal. Um, Alejandro, let's go ahead and get to another chat person here. Um, let's see here. Let's go to Julie. She's in Albany, New York. She was born August 24th, 1961 at 4:05 a.m. She lives right now in Kinderhook, New York, and she's asking specifically about her health.
John, you said January 4th.
August 24th.
That was off.
August 24th, 1961, 4:05 a.m.
4:05. Perfect. In Albany, I have that perfect.
Mhm.
24th of August. Wow, Julie. I just have to share firstly that Your birthday is very powerful. John, it's something that I'm excited in our next reading to kind of delve deep. And I've been studying fixed stars, and they have more of a prophetic, and they talk about. So I'll just share that Julie is born on the star of Regulus. This is very, very powerful, Julie, and I'd love to connect with you more about this because it seems you are an enormously powerful person with a lot of powerful lineage. So that's also exciting to just notice that from your birthday. We talked about New York. She's in New York, and she wants to know about health. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is that there's nothing blocking Mercury. So I'm excited. She looks like she's going to be able to receive the correct medical attention or the correct doctors and specialists. So I'm very happy to deliver that news for you, Julie. What happens is that we're missing a Mercury line. So potentially I'm wondering if your doctors in where you're being treated are from Colorado or from Texas. I'm wondering if they're even from Utah, because you have these really incredible meridians. I'm wondering if you can look towards some of the major cities. And so just imagine from Salt Lake City down through Phoenix, there's this gorgeous Mercury meridian, and then through Colorado down through Texas. So if you need a second opinion, or maybe there's a doctor that's developed something, or maybe there's a medicine that is available in these regions, they would benefit you enormously.
I think John's frozen.
Oh, Neil, there you are.
I think John's frozen.
Oh, great. We'll give him a minute.
Looks like he's meditating.
Fabulous. I'm going to take a quick moment and say hi to some friends on the call. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Hi, Jeanette. So nice that you're on and watching. Oh, I love this community.
Alejandro, you're the best too, man. You're the best.
Oh, Elaine is on. How fabulous. Oh my goodness. So amazing.
Quick question. How long does the special offer last?
I think through the new year. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Another quick question. It's good to
Hi,
see you,
Georgia.
Alexandra.
Yes.
Oh, again. Yeah, a quick question. The meditation in the offer, is that the same one as the previous offer? Because
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. No worries.
Great to see you.
Hi everyone. It seems like John, his electricity is gone, so he's coming back, but he said to go ahead and pull another uh shot for anybody that you choose, Alejandro.
Oh, fabulous. I don't know if anybody. Oh, I see Patricia's raised her hand, and then Joyce and Barbara. So let's see if we can get to all of them. And then Jeanette, how fabulous. I'm so happy she's here. All right, so let's start with Patricia. I don't know if you want to. Perfect. Yes, unmute. Yes, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Great, Patricia. Tell us your birthday.
Okay, January 16th, 1944 at 1:36 a.m. in Trenton, New Jersey.
46 a.m. in Trenton. Patricia, are you still in New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is that you have a sun line on the East Coast, Patricia. So this is really nice. This sits inside of your home. So essentially, This allows you to feel good where you are. I'm sure it's
Yes.
where you've stayed your whole life and lived in that region. You also have a really beautiful destiny meridian, Patricia. I'm wondering what kind of work you've um, been inspired by throughout your life. I'm wondering if there's some art involved, but there's a really lovely destiny meridian there. So I'm sure it's probably showing up as well in relationships and friendships. So that's really amazing to see. Um,
Mhm.
and then, Patricia, a positive message for you is that you have Uranus and you have Neptune blessing you in New Jersey. So this magical triangle, this is really going to be blessing you extra because you have
Good.
these portals to tap into.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Hmm.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thank you, Patricia.
Good
Thank
to
you.
see you,
God bless you.
Patricia.
Thank you.
I'm back. Excuse me. Our internet blinked off and on. Um, but I'm back. Alejandro, thank you for taking charge. Alejandro, Christine, let's see, is asking, how can I find my birth time?
So this is such an important question. Specifically, comes up with those of us who are missing our birth time. There's a couple ways to go around it, John. We can typically, what I like to do is in the session we can work different charts and kind of come to almost like a soul happy medium, so to speak.
Hmm.
The other thing, John, is my readings, the way that I work astrology and my specific lineage is really focused on aspects such as the sun and Saturn. So if we do happen to miss those kind of classic ascendant and midheaven, there's something even deeper that we can achieve. And sometimes it's even, I think, the soul on purpose maybe wanted a little ambiguity, wanted to really come in. So, Christine, there's a lot to work with. And as I was mentioning earlier, I am developing this amazing ability with fixed stars. So that could also be something that calls you to the reading.
I'm doing that with you. I'm excited
I'm so
to find out
excited.
what's doing that. That's gonna be awesome. All right, let's go now to, well, you mentioned Jeanette earlier, right? So let's go
We
to,
were saying hi to her. We've had a reading before, and I wanted to just spread some love there. She's
but she
fantastic.
has her hand raised since I've
Oh,
called
she
you
does.
Jeanette.
Amazing.
Let's get you to unmute Jeanette.
Let's do it,
And
Jeanette.
Joyce, we'll go to you
Hi.
next, I promise. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry my camera's being kind of finicky tonight.
It's
Otherwise, I'd
wonderful to have you here. No worries.
thank you. I'm going to be booking a reading because I'm now curious about those fixed stars and I'm due, but I am May 22nd.
Excuse me, I have
Oh,
you saved.
yes, thank you. I know I've had a couple readings.
Oh, she's
I
the
am going to
best.
be booking another one.
I love you, Jeanette. You're amazing. Sweetheart, what kind of question you want to bring to the community tonight?
Well, gosh, it makes me want to think of what would serve everybody. Oh,
No, be selfish. Let's do
okay,
you.
be selfish. What is in the horizon for me currently? I still go between Tucson and just outside of Sedona. I live in both places.
Very good.
Alejandro, selfish is sexy.
Oh, gonna be my new.
I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just, it's embrace it.
This is amazing. All right, here we go. It's up here. All right, Jeanette, the first thing I'm seeing is that you're going to get a huge blessing at the start of the new year. Pluto is who we're loving so much on tonight, even though he's can be so intense sometimes. But Jeanette, it looks like as soon as the end of January, you're going to get this long-term transit where something is going to be changing for the better. Let's see if I can get even a tiny more specific here for Jeanette. It looks like Pluto is talking to me about communication, Jeanette. Oh my God, this is so powerful. You're integrating something so deep with regard to, I think it has to do with lineage, things that I think you
Mm.
were holding on to because, it's kind of what was instilled into you, but I see this incredible shift for you. It's so positive and it's within your home. So your home gets better. This could
Mm.
be improvements of communication, but it's literally like new rules, new year.
Oh
Mm.
my goodness, I love that. Thank you so much.
Hi, Jeanette. It's good to have you on here.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for coming
John.
on. You're so welcome. All right, Joyce, let's go to you. Welcome.
Good, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, good morning almost in
Yeah,
different
I know. I
places, right?
almost have to say. Where I am, it's 8 o'clock. Was eight. It's nine now. Um, you need my birth date and
Hmm.
place. January 10th, 1956. And I have an approximate time. I don't have it written. I had it down as a 1:06 in the morning. And I say that because there was some ambiguity. It's interesting that you mentioned that just before this, um, because my mother was actually knocked out and awoke in the next morning, and the doctor said it was, or they put it in at that time, but she really didn't feel like that was exact.
Amazing. And the city you were born?
Oh, Hartford, Connecticut.
All right,
So
let's see.
sorry.
Are you still there in Connecticut?
No, Massachusetts,
Great.
not
Northeast.
too far.
All right, let's see what comes up here. All right, Joyce. So, essentially, because the lines have this range of affect, we're going to be able to feel them throughout the Northeast. So, through Connecticut and in Massachusetts. So, the first thing that I'm really excited about is this Mercury line. I want you I want to acknowledge just how strong your mind is,
Yeah.
even in the face of adversity, or I'm sure all the people that have, called you all the things, right? To
Mhm.
get into that doubtful state. I just want to infuse you with some inspiration that your mind is incredibly powerful. I was mentioning earlier when I see this Mercury meridian inside of the home, I'm excited that you're going to be able to receive all the care you need and
Mm.
all of that. I want to mention, Joyce, that I love that we were kind of syncing up on the word ambiguity.
Mm.
Neptune, the luminary, who also, as much as I've been loving on Neptune tonight, can be in shadow, disillusion, confusion. And so, because you have Neptune on your ascendant, which is your personality quadrant, a couple of things. The first one is, what time was she even born, right? There's something so peculiar about that beginning. The second thing is, and I love it because you're going to be this enigma that people are going to want to be figured out. And you're looking at them like, I'm a lot more simple and straightforward than you're putting this together. So I just want to share that you do have this incredible aura. And I'm wondering if you yourself have had a couple moments in life where you've been able to either have like a clairvoyant experience for yourself or someone else. So just know that Neptune is very prevalent in your life. And then I just want to leave you tonight with a really nice aspect, which is Jupiter to your ascendant. So it seems like all of that confusion clears up. There is many chances for you. And this is one of the best lines that I look for. So I love to see
Mm.
you through the Northeast.
Mm.
Oh, very interesting. I have so much change going on over this, especially this next year. So much change. And I I don't know that I expect framework or guidelines, but I just I feel like I could go in one direction or the other or right down the middle and kind of it'll all work.
Is there something in the astrocartography that would be helpful, Joyce, for you, like knowing locations and things like that? Are you considering location
Considering
shifts?
California.
So that's something that you can drop into in
Yeah.
reading. And if is there something quickly that comes up, Alejandro? And
Yeah, I just have really good news for you, Joyce.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm tapping into your transits, and Neptune is blessing you at the start of the year with clarity. So I wanna share that clarity is coming your way about long term, about the next
Mm-hmm.
5 and 10 years. So at the start of the year, you're gonna have this clarity, and you get a double confirmation of this clarity with Saturn. So it looks like you're receiving support, and you're just so clear about what you want. So I
Oh,
love that. Right now you're in the throes, and my heart goes out to you because it's so real. And I just
mhm.
want to share with you, according to the transits, hang in there because I really do see you getting clear.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And again, there's different locations that you're considering. The astrocartography with Alejandro is amazing that I would,
Mm.
you may want to drop in and take advantage of that time with Alejandro. And then navigating the moon energies on a monthly basis with community could be really beautiful as well. So y'all, again, I'm mentioning this so that y'all can go deeper with Alejandro, get into his community, get your reading. The link for the special offer is underneath the video. You know where to find it now. It's $139. It's a two payment option and 50-minute reading with Alejandro. And again, community on a continuous basis monthly and the 12-minute alignment transmission, I'll call it. I can feel just the y'all feel Alejandro, right? He's got so much love. He's just like it's just you can't help but to just feel so received and safe in that, and acknowledged and uplifted by the possibilities that he's offering. So it's wonderful energy to be in, an environment. And with that, Alejandro, let's go now to Diane is on the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, Diane. Her birthday is May 14th, 1968. I believe she's born in San Francisco at 10:54 p.m. And right now she lives 135 miles north of San Francisco. I don't know, is that Manchester or something? Um,
I was about to ask that. That's crazy. Wow, I love that.
hmm. Oh, Ukiah, UKIAH, California.
Yeah, fabulous. All right, Diane. So the first thing I'm noticing is that this is a region that's going to welcome you in the second half of life. So if you're thinking about, I know you were born in San Francisco, but if you're desiring to stay the 100 miles north, it looks like you have the blessing of the luminary of Saturn. So that's really the
Mhm.
longevity of your home. That investment will be yours, and possibly you can share that with your kin or next of kin or the next generation. In our reading, Diane, I want to spend some time talking about how you're missing a sun line, you're missing a Venus line, you're missing a Mercury line. So, John was talking earlier about how these meridians essentially they can really inspire us. They essentially are almost like a plug of energy. So
Mm,
Venus is love and Mercury is health, and so we would spend time just kind of zooming out here. It looks like, I don't know if you have any affinity for Colorado. There's that first Venus line I'll begin to talk about. And then it looks like you have a lovely sun meridian going through New Orleans. I don't know if that's too obscure, but we can
mm.
work with that.
And she's about to enter next year a Saturn return as well, right?
Correct, correct, correct. So definitely I think this region with the meridian of Saturn is extra poignant and
Mm.
destiny filled.
Wow, wow, powerful, powerful. And blessings to you on everything that's transpiring for you, and congratulations. Let's go now to Fiona. Fiona, welcome to the call. And Diane says thank you.
Oh, Diane.
Hi,
Hi,
thank you for
Fiona.
picking me up. Thank you. So I was born in the UK, 3:30, 1st of April, 1961, Leeds, Yorkshire, and I live in Moab, Utah.
What
Were
was
you
the
born AM or PM?
PM,
and the 1st of April? Oh, sorry, John, you just said it.
PM,
Yeah. And the time I didn't catch the beginning.
3:30.
3:30, that's right. Thank you. All right, here we go, Fiona. And you said you were in what part of the States?
Moab, Utah.
Fabulous. Okay, so the first thing is the meridian of Neptune that's talking to me. This is on your relationship quadrant. So a lot of really spiritual relationships for you in this region, or at least they feel kind of faded, or there's some sort of destiny element. So I want us to imagine this meridian's cutting across from Montana down through Utah and Mexico. This, as I'm mentioning, is going to add. I'm wondering if through Mexico you ever travel and are doing any rituals or ceremonies. It's kind of beneficial for this line. I'm noticing, Fiona, and this is kind of a pattern tonight. This is the third reading tonight that has a bit of a challenge to Jupiter. So Jupiter is the luminary of expansion for identity. So I'm wondering if maybe, as someone from England, there are these moments where you have these expectations about the way things should be, and then whether it be Utah itself or America at large, there is a little bit of discontent that I feel coming in through Jupiter. However, there is so much to be excited about in that region, and I feel like another reason that that you ended up going there is for let's see here. The meridians that are coming up are the mind. So this is for health. I'm wondering if in these regions there is more access for you to feel better. I don't know if there's hiking involved where you are in Utah, but there is something really strong about Mercury, the luminary of the mind and health. And then the second one is vitality. So when Mars is in a strong position in the region, it talks about you being able to just feel good, your divine feminine is ignited. So all in all, I see a really lovely mixture of recipes. You'd be able to work with the harmonious aspects that you have that seem to be more. And then it looks like just those two, Jupiter, kind of sometimes, if only this could be this way, or if only this, we can kind of reel back and go, oh no, hold on. We have our mind, we can use our physical body, which is exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona.
Blessings, Fiona. I don't know if her chart says anything about it, but I feel her strong connection to spirit. It's like it's
Me too.
there with the land. It is like it is
I want a
illuminated,
reading from you, Fiona.
right?
Well, it's funny. This morning I led a meditation group, and tonight I did a ritual with a group of women in the land
I
in
feel
a ceremonial spot above the canyon.
I
do
feel
ceremony
I
a
get the
lot.
chills.
Yeah.
Like, beautiful. Keep doing that work. It really
Thank
feels like
you,
it's on
Fiona.
purpose.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Y'all just whatever
Oh,
calls your heart, just
nice.
don't second guess it, just express it. Don't second guess it, just express it. I want to make a t-shirt and sell it. All right, let's go now to Barbara. Barbara, welcome to the call.
Good. Hello.
Hello.
I'm living in Australia, but I was born in Germany in 1949. And I believe that it was 7 p.m.
Amazing.
Lübeck, Germany, if you're wanting the city. Lübeck, yeah.
Munich, fabulous. And then what day?
Oh, the 11th of January, 49.
Amazing. And pardon, you had mentioned the time.
Well, I believe it was 7 p.m. And I've just sort of muscle tested to do that because it's not on my birth certificate. Yeah.
I love muscle tests. Well, John, that's another amazing way. Thank you, Barbara, for bringing that to the community. That's so fabulous.
And pendulums also are amazing at times.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's in Australia. What part of Australia, Barbara?
I'm in a small country town called Castlemaine.
Right. And that's Queensland or?
No, in Victoria.
Victoria, fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing I'm noticing is that you have Jupiter on your ascendant. Thankfully, a nice connection here to Jupiter tonight. And so, Barbara, this is going to really make your personality, extra shiny and boisterous and lucky. I'm wondering if people around you call you lucky because there's something kismet in this region for you. When I turn on the challenging aspects here on the map, I'm really happy to share that they're kind of off to further what some of them are in the ocean, the other ones are a little bit further into like beyond Adelaide, but essentially a lot of harmonious aspects for you in this region. Um, and specifically, I want to talk about uh, a blessing that you have from the sun. This is one of the lines I look for. Your sun is blessing your midheaven in this region. And then you get actually a double Jupiter line. So, Barbara, you are the perfect example of someone that I'm so like this is what I want to see. Has a mixture of the lines. You have the main ones, the lucky ones. So blessings, Barbara. Fabulous. You're in the right place.
Amazing. Come and rub some of that Jupiter off on me, please. I can take as much as I can get. Um,
Oh, okay.
blessings,
That'll be good. Thank you very kindly. Yeah, namaste.
blessings, Barbara. Thank you. Sonia, let's go to you. Welcome, Sonia.
Hi,
Sonia.
John. Thanks for choosing me, and thank you, Alexandra. Um, yeah. It's a while since I've had a mini reading. I did purchase the last BTO offer from Alexandra. So here are details. It's 21st of May to 1958. Born in London at 1:50 p.m. in the afternoon, and now living, even though I'm born in London, now living in Perth, West Australia. Thank you, Alessandra.
So I love working
By
with
the way, I just want to add that I'm part. I just want to add, Alexandra. I just want to add that I'm part of your. Letting everyone know I'm part of your community, and it's your monthly group, and it's wonderful. So thank you.
Sonia's an incredible member of the group. She's a practitioner herself, and she shares these incredible verses with us that she's written. So definitely, it's something to connect with her. Sonia, every time we connect, I love to see in your chart that you have the blessing of Uranus. You have the gift of being online, and I know from what you've shared with me in your past and from living in England and now in Australia, you've always had a bit of a knack for finding really amazing programs and webinars. So I just want to share with you that through Perth, you have Uranus blessing your midheaven. So you're in the perfect place to continuing to develop this amazing work that you do and connecting with people online. So I'm so happy, Sonia, that you're tapped into that.
Thank you.
All right, Sonia, and keep going to those new moons, and maybe you'll get another reading as well. See what guides you. But it's wonderful to have you on, and
Thank you.
and I love her in Australia. Just something just feels so right about that, which is wonderful. Alejandro, as we're closing off today's call, I'm going to be a little selfish, and I'm going to ask if you could end the season and tonight's call with a blessing for the journey of 2025 and an invocation and a blessing for um, the opportunities that are unfolding for us as we move into the new year. And as Alejandro closes with that prayer and that blessing today, y'all, thank y'all for joining the season for 2025 on Beyond the Ordinary. We'll be back the beginning of January with Predictions Week with a dear friend of Alejandro's and mine's that's going to be kicking it off, Debbie Johnson, doing readings as well. So y'all, we're surrounded and bookended by amazing energy and heart and love and consciousness. And so with that, I'll bow and bid to y'all namaste. I love you guys. And Alejandro, if you'll close us out, please.
Firstly, John, a big thank you to you, your incredible mind and soul and heart. You fearlessly lead us, and there's so much that goes behind the scenes, and you're just so effortless with it all.
Thank
to
you.
your team, who is just so incredible, Chris and Yohar, and everyone behind the scenes. Um, I wanna keep bringing up our theme of love and hope tonight. I want to share that in all of these times of uncertainty, we're being able to see ourselves clear. We're being asked to step forward. I want to ask you tonight to step forward because I see your love and your light, and there's so much to share. John, I want to also pray over the community, these visions that I'm having, these amazing visions of health and deep connection, whether it's over technology or in person. I'm noticing that everyone in this community is being called and is ready. So if you're doubting it, maybe it's extra support that you need, and really coming to that. And I pray that at the turn of this new year, following the momentum of tomorrow's 12/12 portal, so much manifesting our community is doing, and how much specifically we spoke about that 0 degrees of Sagittarius. I want us to all sit tomorrow in those meditations and think bigger than we could have ever imagined. There's so much love that wants to pour into all of us and all of you. I pour myself into the community, into this work. And I want to just remind you that you are supported, you are loved, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with at this new year.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Alejandro. Alejandro, you're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for making this community just the beautiful community and expansive community that it is. Really, I cherish and honor each and every one of you and appreciate you so much. And I'll look forward to seeing y'all in 2026. Bye, everybody.